Today on CCX News, deadline day at the state capitol. We'll look at a controversial part of a budget deal that impacts the Northwest Metro's diverse community. Thanks for joining us today. Minnesota's legislative session ends at midnight on Monday, but there's a lot of unfinished business, and as we went to air, a special session was likely. Kevin Miller joins us now with more.
Emily, the state budget is a huge issue that needs to be hammered out. The governor has announced a bipartisan budget plan, but some Democrats are pushing back. That's because it has major changes to health care for undocumented immigrants.
No one got everything they wanted. There were very difficult conversations about issues that were very dear to each of these caucuses.
Governor Tim Walz announced a tense budget compromise between the two major parties.
Budgets are fiscal documents and they're moral documents, and I think at the end of the day, to get a deal done, we all compromised on that.
One of the big compromises for DFL leaders was ending state-funded health care for undocumented immigrant adults.
And that was something we looked at fiscally that could not go on. The compromise that we came to is that will need to come to an end, but we also recognize the importance of allowing that care for children.
We go into that eyes wide open that this will change people's lives, in some cases substantially for the worse, but it is a compromise.
Some local lawmakers have pushed back on the plan.
We're talking about tens of thousands of individuals that will be taken off, that will lose access to health care at the end of this calendar year.
Cedric Frazier of New Hope is co-chair of the House People of Color and Indigenous Caucus.
And although we protected the children, which is a very noble thing to do, those children will lose moms, dads, grandfathers, aunts, uncles, siblings.
House Speaker Emerita Melissa Hortman of Brooklyn Park told reporters she's hoping for a short special session. We'll be following this story closely, so stay tuned. Back to you, Emily.
Drivers should plan extra time to travel through the heart of Golden Valley. Crews began work Monday on a project that impacts eastbound Golden Valley Road near the Golden Valley Shopping Center. Eastbound Golden Valley Road will be closed between Wisconsin and Winnetka Avenues. The closure will last for up to 8 weeks. During that time, crews will work on replacing portions of a CenterPoint Energy natural gas line. Crews will also complete roadway improvements near the new apartment buildings in that area. Detour signs are posted. A child from Brooklyn Park is in critical condition after a brutal domestic assault likely left him with brain damage. 21-year-old Faisal Hersey is charged with assault in the case. According to the criminal complaint, Hersey hit his 12-year-old brother in the head with a hammer. Their sister found the boy bleeding on the floor and called police. Hersey turned himself into police later that day. He's being held in the county jail. His bail is set at $500,000. The boy remains unconscious in the hospital. The Brooklyn Center City Council voted to suspend the license of one of its hotels. According to city documents, Baymont by Wyndham Hotel has several license violations, including safety violations found by the fire department, including failure to permanently fix a burst pipe. A representative of the hotel showed up at the meeting saying everything is being taken care of. The city council ultimately voted to suspend the hotel's license for 60 days until every issue is taken care of.
There's nothing in any of this information that would lead me to believe that this owner is interested in following anything in terms of our license process.
And we got a very standard control by the Wyndham to maintain, to make sure that the security and everything, then the standards are met. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in business, right?
Under the license suspension, the hotel will not be allowed to rent to new guests. 17 employees work there. City officials say the current owner is in the process of trying to sell the hotel to a new owner. Beach season officially begins this Memorial Day weekend. The Three Rivers Park District says it will be fully lifeguarded and ready to go at its popular Elm Creek swim pond. It will be shorter beach season this year at the swim pond due to a pavement resurfacing project. The swim pond will close on August 17th. Three Rivers encourages visitors to take advantage of its season passes.
If you want to beat the lines, make sure to buy your season pass online. You'll get a receipt. You can use that receipt until you receive your season passes in the mail. They're just rubber wristbands, and once you have those, you can just walk straight into the beach.
A season pass is $22, which works for both the Elm Creek and Lake Minnetonka swim ponds. A daily pass is $7. A Brooklyn Center nonprofit that offers care for children with shortened life expectancies celebrated its 7th anniversary over the weekend. That included a visit from a Twins legend who wore the number 7 for his whole career.
There's angels on earth here, people that are affiliated with Crescent Cove, the families that come in, the kids. It really is a special place.
Baseball Hall of Famer Joe Mauer was part of Crescent Cove's Spring Fling event on Sunday. The former Twin, who's been a longtime supporter of Crescent Cove, played baseball with kids and visited with families. This is an annual event for families who have children with life-threatening conditions, offering them a chance to come together and experience a little joy after all the hardship.
Some of them come for respite, for short breaks, or for sacred care at the end of life. And many of them just wait for days like today where they can come and be with other families like theirs who are going through so many medical cares on a daily basis. And they can just celebrate life in this gorgeous day in this beautiful setting at Crescent Cove and Brooklyn Center.
The children and families who utilize the services of Crescent Cove do so at no cost, thanks to donations and Medicaid waivers. If you'd like to help, we'll have information on ccxmedia.org.
The high school softball playoffs get started this week. The two Robbinsdale district teams tuned up for the postseason in their annual matchup. Jay Wilcox has highlights.
Armstrong plays host to Cooper in an all-Robbinsdale district softball matchup. Armstrong blows it open early. Lexi Madsen crushes one to the gap in right center in the bottom of the first. Ella Cooley and Ann Marquis score for a quick 2-0 lead. Tessa Super knocks a hit into right field to score another run for the Falcons, and it's 3-0, and they're just getting started. Still in the first, and Maddie Schultz singles up the middle to bring Lucy Ramirez in, and the Falcons have a 6-0 lead on the Hawks. And Marquis caps the big inning, blasting one to the fence and left to drive in two runners. And when the throw to the plate gets away and rolls out of play, Marquis is awarded home. It's 9-0 Armstrong after one. Sydney Primer pitches well for Armstrong and also delivers with the bat, smacking a double in the second inning to score two more runs. Armstrong rolls to a 13-1 win in 5 innings over Cooper. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
The regular season in boys volleyball is winding down. Two teams fighting for an improved section seating spot met Friday. Ches Moots has the highlights.
Armstrong with a 10-11 overall record on the season, taking on Park Center, who had a 7-7 record coming into the Northwest Suburban Conference matchup. Good first set. Armstrong with a nice setup here. Cam Joseph, big swing and kill. That put the Falcons up 21-17. A few possessions later, Armstrong with some nice defense. Isaiah Scott with the block up front. The Falcons won the first set 25-19. Park Center trying to rally in the second set. Titus Lee, good set. Peyton Zhang, lefty kill, had some heat on that windup. Armstrong pulled away late in the second, though. It's Joseph again with a point. Falcons go up 2-0 with a 25-16 win. PC kept battling, though. Third set, Lee again with a set. Calvin Fang with some pepper on that kill. Good play by the freshman. Later on, Lee on the serve. The Pirates with a wall at the net. Allen into Anavong, spikes the ball. Point Pirates. Park Center avoids the sweep and takes the third set 25-20. In the fourth, PC trying to extend the match to a fifth set, but once again, it's Joseph making a play. Joseph, just a freshman for the Falcons. Not long after, Armstrong on the receive. Colin Fan set to Sebastian Hippolito Valtierrez. Good stuff from the Falcons. Armstrong went on an 8-0 run in the fourth set. That helped them separate from the Pirates. They take the fourth 25-20. All smiles from Armstrong, 3-1 over Park Center. In Plymouth, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
The Osseo PI Division adapted softball team representing all of District 279 lost a one-run game in the state tournament semifinals, and that put them into the third place game. Jay Wilcox has highlights.
Osseo set for action in the PI Division Adapted Softball third place game against Minneapolis South. South starts well. Alicio Sanchez Pedra pounds it to deep center field. Mariah Ortiz scores as the Tigers get 4 in the top of the first. Osseo responds in the second. Braden Smale knocks it to third. Lincoln Searcy is in at third and then dashes home when the throw gets away. The Orioles get 4 to tie the score. In the third, Joshua Plummer bounces to short. Kip Williams has a rough landing, but he scores and he's okay too. Same inning, and Brian Lopez with a chopper up the middle for a hit to score Rashid Baez. Osseo scores 5 runs to go up 9-5. In the fifth, Lopez knocks it back to the pitcher to score Plummer as the Orioles continue to produce runs. Evan Bartlett with a smash to short as Lopez ends up scoring on the play. Osseo scores 4 and they go on to win the third place game 14-6. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.